Hi, I'm Eileen Karn. On this edition of Forward and Out, we take a departure from our usual format to highlight some of the talent in our community. So sit back, get ready to enjoy some theater, some prose, poetry, painting, and music.
I don't think we're getting diddly squat from this air conditioner. It's getting dark so early. Oh, look, there's summer lightning. Hey, do you remember that trip we took to Cape May? We got caught in the storm, sitting in the car. How the lightning just spread out across the sky. I never saw that much sky in my whole life. The three of us, no one saying a word. And then Adam said, no one ever made a building as beautiful as the sky.
So do tell me, what building did you lay down in front of recently?
Don't be cute.
Come on, you know that I admire your acting up.
We zapped the mayor's office last week.
For why?
More beds for the homeless. Our homeless.
You guys really make great things happen.
It's been so long. It's like the Vietnam War.
But you gotta go on.
My grandmother?
Well, I'm all ears.
Forget it.
Don't shut me out. I was Adam's lover.
All right, all right. My grandmother Bender, she had this little book left over from World War II.
Oh, now that's old, even before Salminio.
Forget it.
I'm sorry, my lips are sealed.
It was called If the Jews Left America.
J-Baby, your thought association is mind-boggling.
Listen, it was published by the government to stop anti-Semitism. It told how many Americans were Jews and what it would be like if they all left. Oh, it was a crazy quilt of Jews. Oh, Einstein, of course.
Of course.
And Jack Benny and Eddie Cantor and, what's her name? Sophie Tucker.
And Baby Snook.
And, let me see, Clifford Odets, Aaron Copeland, Rogers.
And Hammerstein.
And Chaim Gross.
Chaim who?
Never you mind, Casey Baby. And dozens of movie stars. I only remember Leslie Howard.
So Scarlett hungered for a Jew?
And lots of women actresses I can't even begin to recall.
I bet Lauren Bacall. Oh, she's on my wall. She's on my wall.
And writers and politicians. And the book made it plain what a poorer place America would be without Jews.
And less sexy.
What if, instead of such a book... I mean, God knows we couldn't get every famous gay person to join our crazy quilt. What if we had a blackout?
Illuminate me.
For one day, every gay man will just stop.
Stop what?
No gay doctor will deliver any babies. No gay mailman will deliver any mail.
No gay teacher will teach.
No gay nurse will nurse.
No gay mechanic will mechanic.
No gay judge will judge.
No gay plumber will plumb.
No gay farmer will farm.
No gay telephone operators will operate.
And, let me say, no doctors will doctor.
No soaps that day.
Yeah, and no gays will show up at the Pentagon.
The White House.
The Army.
The Navy.
The Marines.
The Ice-capades.
And so on and so on.
Absolutely, and so on and so on.
And then America will see who we really are. What we do, what we give. Maybe. Maybe then America will give a damn that we're dying.
Amen.
I didn't mean to go on like that.
Thank you.
For what?
For sharing.
I wasn't trying to do that. I was trying to tell a story. For a change. How did Adam get a word in edgewise?
Jay, I know that I am not on your list of the 10 most wanted men in America.
Story time over.
But good wine that makes me mellow. It does not turn me to stone.
Oh, I'm afraid you're gonna fall on your face before you feed me.
And the way you have been treating me tonight, your attitude
towards me... we're here to do a job. My attitude towards you should be irrelevant.
You never used 4-syllable words with Adam.
Adam, like your deaf mute, didn't need words. He was real. Whereas you're as phony as baloney.
He wanted us to like each other.
Yeah, he made us join hands over his bed.
My last friend, he said, pointing at you.
And you, my last lover.
The rough and the smooth, he called us.
The rough and the smooth.
I thought that if I could take you down the yellow brick road that this Dorothy has traveled...
Oh, what's next? The back rooms, the bats, the P.S.
P.S.?
Public sex.
We were outlawed, Che. We had to hide. You have no idea what that was like. We got it wherever we could.
Oh, not my idea of class.
I was giving you the background. You want the highlights?
Oh yeah. You chose stories that made you sound funny and not filthy.
Well, I didn't think now was the time for good old-fashioned sleaze.
The time. Oh, God. I'm so tired. I'm just so tired of the time I live in.
If it could be anywhere out there,
Could be any year.
pick a year.
1980.
Ooh, good year, Jay, baby. Come, let's drink to 1980.
And Billy is alive.
And Richard is alive.
And William.
Sandy,
And Dennis.
Bob,
Carlos.
and Jack,
And Alan.
and Biff,
And Eugene.
and Byron,
And Tom.
and Tony,
And Joseph.
Roger,
Jefferson.
Danny,
David.
Michael,
Jeff.
Jose,
Nathan.
Jerry, and Adam.
And Adam.
He wants us to drink a toast.
How do you know that?
He just told me.
Oh? You said we all turn to shit when we die.
You think I listen to anything I say?
You are too much.
I thought you'd like that. Come on. Adam wants us to drink a toast.
I'll drink to that.
He worked so hard to give all those silent kids a life. To give them some kind of future.
And he did give them a life.
So Adam wants us to raise our glass to all the gay guys that come after us.
To all the gay guys that come after us.
To the next generation.
To the next generation.
I think what we want to see eventually is an end. A day when we can stop adding panels to this quilt and put it away. As a symbol of a terrible thing that happened that's now over. You know, we forget that someday this is going to be over. Someday there's going to be no such thing as AIDS, and people will just look back and remember that there was a terrible tragedy that we survived.
I have this quote by Alice Walker, and it says, "To know ourselves as we are, we must first know our mother's names." The name of this story is My Mother's Name. Do I know my mother's name? I know that her first name, Dolores, means sorrow. But I don't know her sorrow. I only know of her blankness, her emotional absence. She was always there, all right, scrubbing and cooking, washing and feeding. She beat us, too. But only when we got caught, not with the anger and vehemence of Butch, my father, but with the sadness, irritation, and sorrow. Sadness for us because we had gotten caught. Irritation because we were dumb kids, making the same mistakes over and over again. Sorrow because she didn't really want to beat us, but she didn't make the rules. It was Butch's house, and he declared how it was done. He was king. Dolores knew that if she didn't beat us with Butch's old brown cracked leather belt, with the silver buckle glinting like an evil eye in the light as she raised it toward us, she knew if she didn't do it right away, it would be worse later. She never said, "Wait till your father gets home." She knew if she waited, there would be verbal and emotional abuse for her, and a much more severe beating for us. Butch was an angry man, and his family was an easy target. Sorrowful Dolores. I noticed at a very young age that after Dolores would beat me, when I would scream and cry my excuses and indignations, her lips would follow my every word. As an older child, I reasoned that she was also anguished by these beatings. Sorrowful Dolores. So I learned early on that the trick was not to get caught, and if I did get caught, the strategy was to deny, place blame, or lie if necessary not to be beaten. No problem for a sharp little girl. The problem was that I was the youngest child of 4, and the rest of them had been at this game a lot longer than I had. They were better at it. I was beaten a lot. As an adolescent, I grew to hate my mother because of her absence. She never touched or hugged me. She never asked me how I felt about things or told me how she felt about things. I thought, there must be something vile about a person whose own mother ignores and hates her so much. I thought that she hated me, and that's why I wore ragged clothes with holes in them and shoes that no longer fit. That was why she packed ugly school lunches with frozen bread sandwiches and stale potato chips. That was why I was only bathed once a week, even after a whole week's worth of farm chores. Even in rural Pennsylvania, these things made a difference. Other children noticed and were strident with their remarks. My best friend since kindergarten, Robin Howe, came to me in the 5th grade and told me that she couldn't be my friend anymore because her mother said she didn't want her playing with a little bum. I felt myself burning with shame. How come, I would say to myself over and over again, how come? Sorrowful Dolores. Butch made plenty of money. He wore nice clothes. What was wrong with me? I thought maybe it had something to do with the incest going on with my oldest brother. Maybe it marked me in some ways that others could see and I couldn't. Maybe that's why I was so undesirable, so uncared for, so unloved. What was wrong with me? I felt so ugly and soiled on the inside, and so hideously transparent on the outside. Sorrowful Dolores. The question I should have been asking was, what was wrong with her? Where was she? Where was she when the incest started when I was 7 and didn't stop until I made it stop when I was 14? Where was she? Where was she when I was 12 and she hadn't bought me a bra yet and all the kids in school made fun of my obvious need for one? Where was she? Where was she when I had these feelings for girls that other girls had for boys and no one to listen? Sorrowful Dolores. From the time I learned to write, I was a writer. I would write on anything, about everything, and when I wasn't writing, I was reading. When I was 10, I wrote a composition about Dolores in school. It was scathing, it was pithy, my best work by far. It was true. I got a C- on it. I was outraged. I showed it to my mother. 2 days later, it was Butch who gave it back to me. Do you know that your mother cried all night over this crap? Throw it out, and if you ever write anything like this again, I'll beat you so that you can't sit for a week. One of Butch's favorite expressions. I was struck by the power of my pen. It scared me. I didn't start writing again until I was 28 and entered therapy. Sorrowful Dolores. What is my mother's name? Dolores, the sorrowful one, the absent one. Where does she go to escape her pain? I suspect similar somewhere to where I go, a place where there is no terrain, no pain, only grayness and beautiful arias from the great operas. A place far away from others and their problems. A place that most doctors would designate as mental illness. My mother and I share a middle name, Cecilia. But we share much more than that. We share a middle life. Yes, I do know my mother's name, at least in part. Sorrowful Dolores.
Meteor baby. I came from space, a tiny capsule born somehow, for I do not know my mother, yet I remember a womb soft and yielding, an albumin world more reliable, more true. My black embryonic eye, large and unwinking, pressed against the navel peephole for 9 months or more. I cannot say when my tiny zygote capsule went tearing across the sky, or why I screamed when I burst the atmosphere of Earth. I hatched to the startling sickness of the air and heaved instead of breathed. When I clicked my head in place, I could not understand this plight. Who is responsible? I am the little spigot on the outside of Earth, spewing grievances across the whizzing stars. I will never be ordinary in this place, as the others like me. We have no past to click us into the oval metal cylinders of ourselves, a click of freedom. We were launched, little baldies, screaming mimes, landing with a carumph, with no one to people us. I must flee, open my orb to the sky, but I am no longer tiny. Once you arrive, you cannot always return. After curfew. The icons are brooding. Gaunt and geometric, their slitted mouths hiss with disapproval. At 10, we are cloistered. The beads in velvet tucked, the candles snuffed. Thick green doors thud, reclaiming their authority. Here, distractions are as rare as health, and with less duration. We memorize and memorize. It's poverty now. Outside my window, rooftops and chimneys await the moon glow. She beckons the moon, while my body, white and vulvaless, initiates. As the silly seculars in their drab blacks and whites place their flowers in gold chalices and pray. August. We are cradled like babies in your blooms. We toss the sweat from our heads in unison, giving the last gasping flower a chance to drink. This is the season for our reconciliation with the sun, to unstick our wicked throats, to glug down the cold liquor of controversy. We cannot reproduce as going to leaf like other creations that heave and thrive in your searing heat. We are not perennial or annual. We do not replace what we have taken. We are imperfect, protecting our puny kingdoms over the right of choice and when the life within is real, bickering over the right to be different and the right to live what we believe. We cannot be such an exquisite ensemble. We are lipping lemonade, watching the long grasses lean. Holding the glasses to our heads, we languidly slip our eyelids shut, misunderstanding. My feet are puddles. I cannot get around to all the sorrows. The air is chunky. We are rarefacted, jingling molecules, apart as apart can be, mediocre.
the mountain, the ocean's rushing tide. That feeling once was my life, oh, buried deep inside. It's only make-believe, 'cause you're no longer with me. It's only make-believe, 'cause you're no longer with me. It's only make-believe, it's only made, it's only make-believe. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It's only made, it's only made believe. Years and my life is still trying to get up that great big hill I know. Destination. I realized quickly when I knew I should that the world was made up of this brotherhood of man. And so I cry sometimes when I'm lying in bed, get it all out what's in my head, and I am feeling a little peculiar. And so I wake in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and get real high, and I scream out in my lungs, what's going on? And I say, hey, yeah, 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 hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, what's going on? And I said, hey, yeah, yeah, hey, yeah, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on? Ooh, ooh, ooh. So I cry sometimes when I'm lying in bed, just to get it all out what's in my head, and I am feeling a little peculiar. And so I wait